gonna make him an offer again.
Of all the gin joints and all the towns
You
and all the
can't
world.
handle the truth. Gentlemen, you can't fight in here. This is the
Frankly,
war room.
my dear, I don't give a damn.
This is where the fun begins.
Fasten your seatbelts. It's going to be a bumpy night.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Multiplex Movie Melee. Got ourselves a singles match here today. Got ourselves a bit of a heavy hitter. I don't know, like how we set up, these matches every week. These cards. This I feel like has the makings of what you would call like the main card here. We got Joseph Olivas going up against Jake Meltzer. Very, very exciting match. Joseph went away for a little bit, came back, looked very good. I believe this is the first time we've seen Jake back in singles in a while. I believe so. Am I okay?
Not
Yes.
including the gauntlet, but yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Not including the guy, but at least first like singles match he's done like in I think 2 to 3 years. Such very excited to have him back, and what a match to bring him back with. I got Dylan here with me to co-host this one. What type of match think we got here today?
I think this is going to be a great one. Yeah, these two. It's worth noting these two players have actually played each other once before, but it was in a 5-round title match. So this is the first time they're playing in 3 rounds. So that's very exciting. And yeah, the stakes are very high because, as we said in the green room for this chat or for this match when it got set up, the winner of this match will have the top seed, if you will, in the upcoming tournament that we have, the upcoming singles tournament. So a lot is at stake here today. Should be a good one.
Very neat. I'll bring out our first competitor, Jake Meltzer. Jake, how you doing today, buddy?
Well, if I'm being honest, it's been a very stressful last 30 hours for me in my personal life, but I'm kind of glad to have this as a bit of a distraction from all that. It's nothing super serious. It's just like car trouble. But yeah, it's just been a pretty stressful last day and a half, and I'm glad to it's actually kind of nice. I'm coming into this pretty relaxed because I've had other stuff sort of on my mind. I haven't really gotten in my head about this match at all, and like you guys alluded to, I have not played it since I think July or August of 2022 when I lost the title to Caleb Boatman. So yeah, it's been a long time coming. I guess it's kind of appropriate that I got such a difficult match to come back. But I kind of relish the challenge. Joseph is somebody who I've always respected, and I get really excited to play. But yeah, I'm coming in relaxed. Just excited to play after 2.5 years.
All right. Let's go ahead and bring in your opponent, Mr. Joseph Olivas. Joseph, how you doing today?
You brought up the last time that we faced each other, the one time that I was champion for a match, and I was taken away the question of whether I wanted to go first or second in interviews before the game. I wanted to go first, but that freaking Caleb Boatman took it away, assumed that I wanted to go second, so Jake brought him up again. And I just hear right now that Cody Newberry has wanted to take away that rights question to make it easier for the host. So all that said, Mark, I appreciate you so much for thinking of me, being considerate of me, asking if I wanted to go first before realizing you can't technically do that. I appreciate you as a host, and Dylan, and all the people who have respected that right as hosts. Jake, good to see you again. Let's have a good match.
Let's do it.
All right. That was all right. All right, cool. Let's just get into it. Round number 1. It's gonna work like this. Gonna get 8 questions from 8 general movie categories. Gonna have 15 seconds to write the answer down on your whiteboard. At the end of the time, we'll ask that you show and verbalize your answer. Each correct answer will give you a point, and if any one of you gets all 8 correct, you will receive a bonus question, also worth 1 point. You also get 3 repeats and a challenge to use throughout the match. Anything else before we get started? Cool. First question come in the...
Sorry.
Yeah, so. All right. First question come in the category recent releases. Who plays the title character in Lorraine's Maria? Pablo Lorraine's Maria.
What a heel move from Joseph to just turn on his former trio's partner like that. That was crazy.
I know. Like, it's just that way he's safe. He just gave him some sweet chin music and just right before we jumped in the match. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Let's go to Jake.
Angelina Jolie.
Joseph.
We share a birthday. Angelina Jolie.
Oh,
That's neat. Angelina Jolie is correct. 1-1.
our next question will come in the category of the 2000s. 25th Hour takes place in which U.S. city? See, it's a bit of an ironic title because there's only 24 hours in a day.
Ah, shit. I guess that's what they were going for. Whoever.
Isn't that awesome? Just hilarious.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Yeah, it's early in the day, folks. Let's go to Joseph.
Is it the standard location for Spike Lee, New York City?
And Jake.
Place I used to call home, New York City.
Yeah, it's New York City. Spike Lee makes a lot of movies out of there. So 2-2. Going into your next question in the category of horror. Which horror franchise features a villainous grave robber known as the Tall Man?
I have many thoughts. I'll save them on the next question.
It's just a weird thing to call somebody. It just feels like, you just ran out of stuff and just really super descriptive and okay. Well, whatever. 5, 4,
What?
3, 2, 1. Pens down. Let's go to Jake.
Hey, Dylan, did you write this? Phantasm.
Joseph.
Phantasm.
Phantasm is correct. We're staying tied at 3 apiece.
So your next question will be in the category of action/adventure. Mike Tyson appears in which Ip Man film?
I just mean they call him.
Is awesome.
Just mean they call him the Tall Man. What is that?
Okay,
Could-
I thought
couldn't-
for some reason I thought you were talking about the description of villainous grave robber. I'm like, that seems like a pretty standard description for a character.
I mean, there's a lot of stuff you can go with that. Instead, they just went with the Tall Man. 5, 4,
This movie's rule,
3,
by the way.
2, 1. Pens down. Let's go to Joseph.
I realized I probably should have waited to do the countdown, not during the question. Ip Man 3.
All right, Jake.
Same. Ip Man 3.
Yeah, Ip Man 3 is correct. Both players perfect after half the round. Going into your next question in the category of comedy. What specific animal does Leo Marvin own in What About Bob?
So Payson on the Phantasm question said, "People have called me this." Do you think he was referring to the Tall Man or villainous grave robber?
I mean, I really hope it's the latter. Wait, you said the Tall Man first, right?
Yes.
5, 4. I don't know English. 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Let's go to Jake.
Never seen this, so my perfect round's over. I just guessed Komodo dragon.
I wish I would have guessed that once. Let's go to Joseph.
Is it a goldfish?
It is a goldfish.
God, I can't.
Joseph getting that right. 5-4 is the score.
So your next question will be in the category of musicals. Lee Marvin and Clint Eastwood star in what musical? That was a funny. I understood your reference on the Komodo dragon there, Mark, and I still feel bad.
That's what happens. I was never gonna say it anyway. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Let's go to Joseph.
Paint your wagon.
Jake.
Paint your wagon.
Yeah, they're painting the wagons. That is correct. 6-5, Joseph. Head. Going into your penultimate question in the category in the round. Comes to the category of drama. At the beginning of Hard 8, Sydney meets John sitting outside of what kind of building? Great Simpsons joke, really, to paint your wagon. It's really, Homer thinks he's in for a really good shoot 'em up western, and then he just sees a bunch of guys singing songs about painting wagons. Like it's really great, really good joke. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Let's go to Jake.
A diner.
Right, and Joseph.
Been meaning to rewatch this. I said casino.
Yeah, they will accept diner. Diner is correct. So Jake tying it up there, 6-all. Going into your last question in the round.
In the category of directors, name a film directed by the trio of Jim Abrams, David Zucker, and Jerry Zucker. Yeah, it's funny you mention it, Cody. He says in the chat, has my former trios partner thrown any more shots at me? Yes. Watch the replay.
Oh, he's gonna edit this thing anyway. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Yeah, no more rounds to go. Joseph.
Top Secret.
And Jake.
Airplane. Or was that only one of them?
Yeah, the acceptable answers were Top Secret, Airplane, and something called Ruthless People. So both getting correct.
Underrated.
Staying. We have a tie game, 7-7. Is that what you have, Dylan?
That is what I have.
All right, great. We're going into round number 2, which is our wheel round, in which both players get a chance to spin our wheel. They like what they land on the first time, they can keep it, or they like to spin again, but they must keep what they land on the second time. Have to answer 5 questions worth 2 points apiece from whatever category they land on, or they can check down to multiple choice for 1 point apiece. There is stealing, so both players, please watch your asses on that one. The categories that you can spin today are directed by Tim Burton and pre-2000 Dario Argento films, which were strength categories, as well as animation, horror, recent releases, directors, Oscars, musicals, and spinners and opponent's choice. Since Joseph is the higher ranked competitor, it's up to him whether or not he wants to spin first or defer.
I'll spin first, please.
Okay. Then this is Joseph's first spin at the wheel. And you land on Oscars. Would you like to keep that or spin again?
I'll take it, please.
All right, you got it. Take out the wheel. And Dylan, why don't you give him those Oscars questions?
Sure thing. So your first question in the category of Oscars. The Right Stuff, A Passage to India, and Fame won what Oscar?
Best original score.
That is correct for 2 points. And I'm glad you didn't ask which version of Fame, because I'm not smart enough in Oscars to know which one. So there you go. Your next question. What film released in 1978 was nominated for all 4 acting categories?
Five, 4.
Let's go
3,
multiple choice, please.
All right. Your options are A, The Deer Hunter, B, Interiors, C, Coming Home, or D, Heaven Can Wait.
5, 4, 3,
Coming home?
2.
That is correct for 1 point.
Damn it.
Your third question. How many times has Alexander Payne been nominated for Best Director?
Five, 4.
Just in
3,
case, multiple choice,
2.
please.
Great. Your options are A, 1, B, 2, C, 3, or D, 4.
Three.
That is correct for 1 point. Now, your penultimate question in this category. What film won Best Original Screenplay for films released in 2007?
Juno.
That is correct for 2 points. And now your final question in this category. Steve McQueen and Mako receive acting nominations for what war film?
The Sand Pebbles.
And that is correct for 2 more points.
All right. Joseph gets a score up to 15, getting 8 points on the Oscars category. Is that what you have, Dylan?
That is what I have.
All right. We'll go right over back to the wheel, and this would be Jake's first spin. And you land on animation. Would you like to keep that or spin again?
Well, now that Joseph took away the one category I was terrified of, I'm playing with house money here, so I will spin again.
All right. Here is the last category we will spin on today, and you land on recent releases.
Okay.
So you got the wheel on. I'll give you your questions and recent releases. First question. Chiwetel Ejiofor, Juno Temple, and Reese Ifans provide supporting performances in which recent release?
Venom: The Last Dance.
That is correct for 2 points. Next question. In Trap, what do the police find initially that allows them to realize that Cooper will be at the Lady Raven show?
Let me go to multiple choice to be sure.
Multiple choice options are A, a receipt, B, an old concert ticket, C, phone records, or D, internet history.
Okay. This is. Yeah, because I think it's. Yeah, I'll say a receipt.
That is correct for 1 point.
Okay, so it was because he bought they found out that he bought the ticket, so there were a couple there that were tricky.
Right.
Okay.
All right. The next question. In I Saw the TV Glow, the graves Maddie suggests they and Owen should bury themselves in are located at what specific location?
Oh.
Five, 4, 3.
Repeat the question.
All right, that is your first. Repeat your question again. In I Saw the TV Glow, the graves Maddie suggests they and Owen should bury themselves in are located at what specific location?
Do I want to shoot or no? Yeah, you know what? This is a
5.
big match. I'll shoot for it. Football field.
That is correct for 2 points.
Okay. Trust your gut. All right.
Penultimate question. What kind of fruit does Elliot's family farm in My Old Ass?
I have not seen this, so multiple choice.
Multiple choice options are A, grapes, B, oranges, C, cranberries, or D, apples.
Wow. Uh, I'll just guess grapes.
That is incorrect. Going to Joseph for the 1 point steal. Is it A, grapes, B, oranges, C, cranberries, or D, apples?
Apples?
That is also incorrect. We're looking for C, cranberries.
Mm.
All right. And Jake, here's your final question in recent releases. Who directed Wolves?
John Watts.
And that is correct for 2 points. Getting Jake's score up to 14. Joseph having the slight lead at 15. Just what we wanted to see. Is that what you have, Dylan?
That is what I have. Yep.
All right. In that case, we'll go on to round number 3, which is our Pick Your Poison round, and which our competitors have drafted from our list of general categories before the match, and they will now draft from the list that they drafted here to see what their answer here in round number 3. Answer as many as 4 questions worth 1, 2, 3, and 4 points apiece. Once a category is drafted, their opponent cannot draft or answer from said category. The categories that can be selected today are action adventure, war, horror, classics, comedy, mystery thriller, comic book movies, and animation. We're going to have our competitors select their categories and hopefully come back and finish this one out. All right, we're back. Our competitors have selected their categories. So the way it's going to work, we will go until we're either out of questions or one player has mathematically eliminated. We will start with the player that is behind, which is Jake today. Jake, what would you like to take for your 1 point question?
I'll do classics for one.
You got it. All right, I gave your questions in round 2, so Dylan will give you your round 3 questions.
So your 1 pointer in classics. The Cocoa Nuts, A Night at the Opera, and Duck Soup feature what classic comedy group?
The Marx Brothers.
Yeah, that rhymed, and that was correct.
We're all tied up here, so we will then go over to Joseph, who has more questions. What would you like to take for your 1 point question?
Let's do mystery thriller, please.
All right, you got it. All right, here's your 1 pointer, mystery thriller. Who plays Detective Loki in Prisoners?
Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah, that is correct. I don't know why I started the timer. All right, we'll go back over to Jake. What would you like to take for your 2 pointer?
Let's do comedy.
You got it.
Your question in the category of comedy. What comedy film is the only sequel Adam McKay has directed?
Anchorman 2. : The
That
Legend
is correct.
Continues.
Yeah, we would have accepted just Anchorman 2, but yeah, that is the full title.
All right. Jake takes back the lead 17-16. We'll go back over to Joseph for your 2 point question.
Let's do war, please.
All right, war. All right, here's your 2 pointer in war. George McKay and Dean Charles Chapman star in what 2010s war movie?
1917.
That is correct for 2 points. Joseph takes back the lead, 18-17, right back over to Jake.
So close to that score.
Your 3-pointer.
Okay. Really doesn't matter either way. So I could literally flip a coin. I'll do horror. Why not?
You got it.
Your 3-pointer in the category of horror.
Yeah.
In Longlegs, it is revealed that each family that had been targeted by Longlegs had a 9-year-old daughter born on what day of the month?
I believe it is the 14th of every month.
And that is correct for 3 big points.
Wow. Brings Jake's score up to 20. Go back over to Joseph. What will you take for your 3-pointer?
Let's go with comic book movies, please.
Alrighty. Joseph, here's your 3-pointer. Comic book movies. In A History of Violence, what is Viggo Mortensen's real first and last name? His character. Viggo Mortensen's character.
Joey Cusick.
That is correct for 3 points.
Can you say that again?
Joey Cusick.
Okay. I am going to challenge. I don't know how finicky this is, but I'm going to challenge because his name is Joey Cusack, like John Cusack. So I'm going to challenge that Joseph said the name incorrectly.
Be right back after this challenge.
Is that a challenge?
All right, we're back from the challenge. We are going to rule in favor of Jake on this one. Just Cusick is just a little bit too different from Cusack. Just not quite phonetically correct. So Joseph will miss his 3-point question, which means he is still behind at 18 points, and he has 1 question remaining, which is his 4-pointer in animation, which he needs to hit to send it back over to Jake for his 4-pointer. So Joseph, here's your 4-point question in animation. In Princess Mononoke, while leaving Irontown, what specific feat of strength did Ashitaka do that shocks the people of Irontown but makes him pass out afterwards?
He pushes open the gates with his by himself.
And that is correct for 4 points. Joseph gets a score up to 22. We got 1 question left. Jake's 4-pointer in action adventure. Pretty simple. If he hits it, he wins. If he misses it, Joseph will get the victory. And as a reminder, Jake, you do still have 2 more repeats.
So your question in action/adventure. What 2000s adventure film features a main character who is the last surviving member of the Akkadian Empire?
Five, 4.
Repeat the question, please.
All right, that is your second repeat. Your question again. What 2000s adventure film features a main character who is the last surviving member of the Akkadian Empire?
Five, 4, 3.
One more repeat,
2.
please.
All right, that is your final repeat. Your question again. What 2000s adventure film features a main character who is the last surviving member of the Akkadian Empire?
Well, this was a hell of a way to come back to singles. Great match, Joseph. I'm just going to go down swinging and say, I am number 4.
And your winner, Joseph Olivas. The correct answer was the Scorpion King. The Scorpion King.
Oh,
We'll take
okay.
both players, put them backstage for right now. Wow, this great match. I think it's kind of what we expected here. Back and forth all the way through. Had definitely some challenges here in round 3. Definitely made it a bit more interesting. Kind of opened up the door a bit for Jake there in the end, who wasn't. I don't know if it was really trailing. There was really just kind of neck and neck, and just a little. There's that kind of a little bit of difference there in round 2. Just really close. I think exactly what we wanted out of this match. Dylan, thoughts?
Yeah, another fantastic match. I mean, yeah, this definitely lived up, I think, to the promise when you have like these two players listed in the title. Because I mean, they're both like two of the best players in the game, and they really showed it here today. Both of them barely missing any questions. Like I think Jake missed 3 altogether. Joseph missed 2, so that's like a really accurate game from both of them. Yeah, it was just so it had this intensity that you always want from a great match, where even in like the challenges where it was like both players were like keeping it very respectful and reserved, but you could tell that they both really wanted it. And I think we came to the right conclusion on those rulings there, and ultimately just a really great high scoring affair. And I think it'll be interesting to see what Joseph does going in as the number 1 seed now in the tournament. It'll be interesting.
Oh, we'll definitely get into that. We're going to start off with second place finish today, Jake. Jake, yeah, you played really well. Like it kind of like vintage performance, kind of what we expected before. 7 points out of round 1, pulled set like a 7 or 8. I think it was a 7 or 8 out of round 2, and really just the one difference was the 4-pointer. Just who remembers the Scorpion King anyway? Still great, very good effort. How you feel? How you did today?
Yeah, I really have nothing to complain about, honestly. All the questions I missed were either from movies I haven't seen or movies I barely watched one time, in case of the Scorpion King. And I guess no longer playing in the league that shall not be named came back to bite me, I suppose. And it just was, I knew that I had to scrape and claw for everything because I knew it was going to be hard for Joseph to miss. So the challenge, that's why I threw it. It just from my days when I did play in the league that shall not be named. Yeah, it's honestly, I don't know. Like, one quick question: is the format of this tournament the same as last year with the calling people out and stuff, or is it back to a traditional tournament?
I don't know what we're allowed to say yet.
Because if it's like last year, then ultimately I can't really get too broken up about this match because it honestly didn't really matter that much in the grand scheme of things, and not to mention having the number 1 contender shot in my back pocket should I decide to use it. So it was really I lost the match, but not much else, and so I'm not really too upset about it. I like to win, of course, but as like I played well, Joseph played really well, and yeah, it just came down to he missed one less question than me, and I've been meaning to watch my old ass. It just keeps getting on the back burner between life and other movies, and just yeah. Congrats to him. He showed off vintage Joseph, and we'll see what happens come tournament time. I haven't played in a singles tournament in a really long time, so I'm kind of excited for that.
Oh, 7-4, you still have a very good record. You're more than likely going to be a pretty high seed in that tournament either way. I don't know if got anybody you care to face at some point.
Well, if it's like the tournament last year, you'll hear my thoughts then, where I will tell you who I want to call out. But in the meantime, I'll just stay quiet.
That sounds very ominous. We will see you then. Goodbye for now, Jake, and we'll bring you your winner today, Mr. Joseph Olivas. Yeah, I kind of echo a lot of the same things that I told Jake before. Just very tight performance all the way around. Kind of opened the door a little bit with the history of violence question, but you're able to hit your 4-pointer, kind of send it back over to him. Another win, 11th win, 11-4 right now, sitting pretty. How do you feel after the win?
Thank you so much, Princess Mononoke. I love you so much. Jake, you did great. Thank you for making me rewatch Suspiria. That has been a gem to watch amidst some of the Suspiria movies. Oh, nice, Dylan. That I didn't or not the Suspiria movies, but the other Argento movies that I didn't personally love as much. I can't say too much right now because we got to go soon to see Brave New World, but I am looking forward to seeing what happens next.
All right. Well, then, I'll just get you out of here real quick. Get you Gray in the win. Can't wait to see what happens next, whatever tournament it is. Congratulations again. See you down the road, Joseph. And they'll go ahead and do it for us. Multiplex movie melee. Good match. Thank you everybody who showed up today. Jake Meltzer and Joseph Olivas are winner again. And thank you everybody who works in the match, writing, editing, and gets it all out to the people, to you people who are watching this right now. Because again, if you weren't watching this, I don't know what we're doing this for. Thank you for that. And, just be well.
Where we're going, we don't need roads.
In case I don't see you.
I'm gonna go home and sleep with my wife.
I think this is the beginning of a beautiful friendship.